What's up, guys? I wanted to make a video about the buffs to Errol, a champion that has been basically unusable in the past, and I'm sure many people watching this video might have him and are hoping for him to be their new main nuker. And I'm probably gonna try to make a clickbait title, and I hope it worked. But I can already tell you that if your account is very late game, he's probably not gonna be upgrade for you. He does slightly more damage than Tranda, and I will have like complete damage calculations later in this video. But he does around 1/3 less damage than Baron, and slightly more damage than Tranda, which is very decent. I mean, it's still better than most nukers in the game. It's very decent damage, but he only has one AoE nuke, and he does struggle with his affinity. But he will still be viable nuker for maybe some of the people watching this video. Maybe you don't have any other nukers, or maybe you run a team with 2 nukers, and you will use one nuker in the team that's him, and then a second one. But of course the main issue with him is that you're gonna struggle killing like Duchesses and Mortus, which in Platinum is gonna be like pretty much every single team you meet. But he's still decent. I might use him, I might not. I think probably for me I will still end up using Gala, because, you know, Gala has ignore defense on all of her skills and does more damage overall, and she does very good amount of damage even when her skills are on cooldown. Like even her A1 ignores defense. So, but let's do some fights and see how it looks in practice. I mean, it's still gonna be good. Like, I know some of the people watching this are gonna be disappointed about him, but it's okay. Like, I'm sure they have been doing a lot of buffs recently, so maybe we will see some other buffs. Let's see. This looks fairly like a mediocre defense team for Platinum standards, but it does have Ukko and it has Force Affinity, so this is not the easiest team for this team. But it's also not very tanky team, so after the Stone Skin buffs, Errol should one-shot the other ones, except Duchess. And again, here is the main issue with him. Like, his Force Affinity, you will not be able to do anything against Duchess really if he weak hits. And the damage is kind of like in the range that even if he will, even if he doesn't weak hit, he might not one-shot strong Duchesses, because my Errol, who is in kind of good gear, for most people watching, it's probably gonna be insane gear, but he's not empowered. But he will do around like 100 to 110k damage, which is not enough for Duchesses. Okay, so fuck, I got the defense attack down buff. Well, let's see how this goes. I hope it will at least one-shot Ukko. If it doesn't do that, then I will be disappointed as fuck. And it looks that to be the case. Not very impressive damage, I have to say. But I mean, he had attack down, so okay, that fight doesn't really count. Let's try to get another more proper fight. But yeah, he will have issues. Like, I'm not really sure, like, using Force Affinity general in Platinum, or like even like Gold 5 Arena, is not gonna be easy. You have to find very specific teams to use it against. Okay, let's try another fight. This is kind of outdated team. These kind of teams used to be very meta late summer and a bit on the fall after the summer. And then people kind of figured out how to farm these teams. And nowadays nobody uses them in defense. They are like very bad, or you might see some people in low platinum that don't have good defense champions, but now they don't work. But it's still totally viable for offense though. Like, it's a decent team for offense. It's not the fastest, but it works against many teams, like in general. Okay, let's see. I hope this nuke is decent, that it's not complete shit. It should one-shot them, maybe. I hope so. They don't have defense buff, so let's see. Yeah, I mean, that's not very impressive, I'm not gonna lie. Like, this is not usable. I can already tell you from this. I mean, if you don't have anything better, then you have to use it. But me personally, I'm gonna stick to my Gala, to be honest with you. Let's see, can we get one fight against team without... Okay, let's try this team. This one we're gonna... Well, we might lose this, we might not, let's see. Probably Protoss will carry this fight in the end, I guess. But we can already tell that it's not gonna one-shot anything. I built him very slow, so I'm... Okay, it's not even... These are too slow. We have to wait out one turn. I was hoping that they would be slightly faster than him, but looks like they're not. Like minus 140 speed or something like that, so it's very slow, but not slow enough against well-built teams. So yeah, and a team like this, you want to build it like you basically want everybody at 0 speed. Maybe Venus slightly higher, so it's the fastest in the team, but as slow as possible, honestly. So yeah, it's the Protoss is gonna carry me again. It is what it is. Thank God I have fucking Protoss. I'm gonna pray that during the next Valentine's event, which is coming up. By the way, you guys should be prepared for that as well. I'm hoping that on this Valentine's event there is a Protoss 10x, maybe even 10x and 2x same time. Who knows? I pray that there is. And I hope that I get lucky and pull myself one or maybe even 2 Protoss. Like, if I would get +4 Protoss, it would be so good for my account. Like, it's the #1 thing I want. Or apart from like couple top champions like Harima or Maritska and Taras and Lockout. I still don't have a Lockout on my account, but if I do get Protoss +4, it would like my account would be set in the future. So yeah. Let's see. I want to find at least one easy fight. Like, I mean, I pushed high in the plat. Let's see. We're like top 100, but it's early in the week. But usually there's not strong teams at this point. But it looks like it's pretty much only like fairly strong teams or teams like this that are not actual defense teams that we don't want to try against. But I mean, I already knew checking the numbers, but based on this testing, I don't think he's really like, it's not enough damage without death down, or like regardless, because of his affinity, he's not usable in any team without 2 nukers. Like, you need somebody that can kill Duchesses. But even as second nuker, I'm not sure. Like, I hope you have other options as well. This is not impressive. Like, I would be much better off using like 1 Protoss and a Lockout, which I pray I will get at some point in this game. Yeah, this just isn't good. Like, I will be better off just putting another Reviver here or anything that makes sure I don't lose the fight and just auto it with Protoss. Like, not enough damage. So yeah. The issue with him is that the multiplier is 3.7, which isn't very high. But like, I guess they kind of wanted to balance it out because he has very high base attack and he doesn't need full crit rate. But the 15% ignore defense is not enough. If he had like 50% like Baron, then it would be very interesting and he would be very good. But only with 15%, with all the other issues that he has, I would not recommend you. I mean, if you have nothing else, then you have to use what you have, but yeah. Let's also see the... here is the damage spreadsheet. Like, basically, as you can see on this spreadsheet, by the way, this is made by one clanmate in MAD called Stealth, so thanks for him. This is basically, we're calculating damage against a top like platinum level defense team. Like they have like decent amount of defense and they have the masteries that you would generally use. So this is more like a realistic scenario that you will meet in arena. And we're basically using the same gear on Errol and Baron. and we're accounting for that Errol doesn't need full crit rate and has higher base attack than Baron. But yeah, Baron does like 1/3 more, or like Errol does like 2/3 of Baron damage, which is a lot less. Like, and like the force affinity just makes it so much harder to use this. But yeah, so sorry to disappoint some of you. Like, I guess many were hoping he could be your main nuker. I was hoping as well. I kind of heard rumors about the multipliers like some time ago already, so I kind of like didn't have my hopes up. But yeah, it is what it is.